Today, I'm going to be showing you how to build a fully automatic Minecraft mob head farm. This is a first of its kind design that uses a basic vanilla mob filter here, lightning mechanics, and skeleton AI to completely AFK convert creepers to charge creepers and harvest mob skulls. However, before we get started, this is not a fast producing farm. Please read the disclaimer both in the description and the comments down below before building this farm. With that out of the way, here is everything that you are going to need for this farm. All of these stone bricks can be any solid block you want. Additionally, the glass and the tinted glass can be switched out for solid blocks if you would like. You do need specifically 7 warped trapdoors and 3 warped fence gates. As for the rest of the slabs, gates, walls, and stairs, and the signs, you can switch those out with any type of material that you would like, along with these trapdoors as well. Lastly, this lightning rod can be in any oxidation state that you would like, and it can be waxed or non-waxed. And then this iron chain can either be switched out for an end rod or iron bars if you would like. One thing I almost forgot is you will also need 4 iron blocks and a carved pumpkin to create an iron golem. So to start this farm, the first thing you want to do is find a relatively large, flat, open area, and then you want to go ahead and tower up 15 blocks. From the top of your tower here, you want to go ahead and place a single double chest with a hopper going into the side of it. Then from the right side of the hopper, extend it out 3 more blocks. Finally, place 2 more hoppers on each of the sides to create a little cross shape, just like this. Place a honey block on top of the hopper directly connected into the chest, and then extend these 3 hoppers 1 additional hopper upwards. From this single hopper here, you want to go ahead and extend 2 more blocks out, and then create a diagonal block up like this. So you want to make sure this is fully filled in like this. And then you want to build these up 1 more just like this. After you build up these walls, place a sign on this hopper right here, and then place 1 more sign on the second layer of stone blocks right here above this bottom hopper. Go ahead and place a water bucket here at the end of this little chute. Place 2 slabs on top of each of these hoppers just like this, and then place solid blocks around the side of this hopper in this little diagonal shape. Place another water source against this slab here. Make sure you are shift clicking so you don't actually waterlog the slab. From the side opposite of the chest here, you want to go ahead and place out your 10 soul sand just like this. Build out 2 temporary blocks and then place a solid block down here at the bottom. You can now go ahead and break those temporary blocks. After you place your row of soul sand, you want to go ahead and place one of your warped fence gates just like this and open it. Then you want to place a slab on the top half of the block directly next to your fence gate, so you should look like this. Then take your glass and put it along the front of the soul sand 1 block up just like this, all the way down until you reach the end. From the last glass block, you want to go ahead and take your walls and build out 3 more. Then build out 2 more this way around your solid block down here, and then finally build out 2 more. Then you want to place solid blocks all the way down along the length of the soul sand, and stop when you get to the last soul sand. At the end where you put the walls, go ahead and place 2 fence gates here in the middle, and then open them just like this. Then right above the solid block by the walls, here's where you're going to place your iron golem. So place 1 temporary block and then build your iron golem right here in the middle. Then you want to go ahead and break the temporary block, and the iron golem should fall into the spot perfectly. Next, you want to go ahead and fill up every single one of these spots with a water source block. So you should have water sources along the top of every single soul sand block. Extend the glass and the solid blocks up 1 additional layer. Then before putting more water, you want to place a top slab on top of this fence here. Make sure you put it on the top half of the block above the fence. You don't want it to be directly above the fence, you want it on the top half of the block. This is very important and needs to be just like this. Then after you've done that, go ahead and place a second row of water along the top of all these water sources, just like this. So you should have bubbles coming all the way up to the top of your water columns here. Then finally place glass over the entire thing. Make sure you extend the glass over to right above the iron golem, and then just extend it all the way down along the length of the water columns. Then from the slab directly next to this warped fence gate, go ahead and extend out 8 more blocks. Place 1 more block to the side so you create this little L shape, and then place 6 more blocks. Now you should have this 2x7 platform with this 1 extension right here. Come back to the same slab and connect it across the water stream with 2 more solid blocks, and then extend this side 8 more blocks out as well. From here, place 1 more solid block on top of the slab, then connect a redstone dust going directly out from the solid block. Place 2 more redstone dust connecting it to create this L shape just like this. Then place 2 comparators facing away from the farm, and then place 2 more facing the farm in the opposite direction. At the end of that, place 2 redstone dust followed by the same pattern of comparators opposite each other just like this, followed by 2 more redstone dust. Then place a solid block at the same level as the redstone dust and the comparators just like this, with another redstone dust on top of it. Place a redstone torch directly on the side of the block, and then finally extend a redstone line all the way down this line of solid blocks until you reach the end. From here, go back down to the honey block and place tinted glass all the way around it in this little diamond shape. Place a warped trapdoor up against the block that's above the chest, and then close it just like this. Go ahead and extend this up 2 more layers, each with trapdoors on this side. Then after you've extended this 2 more blocks up for a total of 3 blocks tall, place another tinted glass on the same level as your redstone dust here, directly above this slab. Once you do that, place a warp trapdoor here at the bottom of this tinted glass. It should be closed like this when you place it at the far end of the block, and then when you flip it, it should flip to the top of the tinted glass. From here, place another warp trapdoor against this block and then close it. And then you're going to want to put your chain right on top of this warp trapdoor so it'll look like it's here in the middle. Then lastly, place another tinted glass against this chain just like this. After you place this tinted glass against this chain, go down here and place 1 more on top of this sign. Then from here, you can extend your stone blocks all the way up to the edge of the tinted glass. Except for this gap, you don't have to put any blocks here if you don't want to. Now we're going to create the funnel for the mobs to go into this block, so extend this 2 more blocks out like this. Then you're going to want to extend this tinted glass trapdoor pattern up 2 more blocks again, so 2 tall just like this, and then place 2 more trapdoors, each closed against this back wall. Extend these tinted glass above the chain 2 tall again as well. Then you can go ahead and fill in all the stone blocks around here. And then on this side, you want to do the same, but leave these 3 blocks uncovered. So you have kind of a little funnel, just like this. Then go ahead and place a water source here at the end of this tunnel. Once you extend all these blocks up, come onto the side where the soul sand is and extend 3 more blocks out on top, just like this. And then make these 2 high. Place a block diagonal and extend it 1 more. Create this 2 high, and then place another block diagonal, extending it 3 long. Creating this 2 high to create this kind of little drop down chute just like this. Then go ahead and place your lightning rod on top of this solid block right here that the redstone dust is going into. This lightning rod needs to go on this block right here. After you do that, then place 1 more tinted glass on this single layer here, and then close off this tunnel on the top, placing 2 like that. Take your regular fence gates and put them next to the tinted glass, and then another one right next to it, and open those. Do the same above the other chute just like this. Then you want to go ahead and place solid blocks surrounding the fence gates in a pattern just like this, as well as on your little chute down here, you want to extend this up 1 more block. Then on your chute against the walls closest to the fence gates here, place 2 signs just like this across from each other. Now you want to connect a full ring around this entire area, so extend this end up 1 block, and then extend this whole end up 1 block just like this, all the way down to this end where you place 2 more blocks. After you do that, you should end up with an oval shape that looks like this. From here, place 2 more signs over this middle drop section right here. This is very important. These signs need to be here over this drop section. Place 2 water sources flowing into the spider drop section like this, and then go ahead and place 2 signs on the opposite walls again, diagonal from the ones below, to stop the water from flowing down just like that. One place where I messed up, guys, these blocks here at this end do not need to be here. You actually need to break these and extend this end 1 more like this, where you have a 1 block gap, then the fence, another 1 block gap, the fence, 1 block gap, and then your spider drop. After you fix that mistake, go ahead and place 2 more water sources on the solid blocks that flow over these fence gates and stop at these signs right here. Then after you place your water sources, you want to extend up 1 solid block just like this, and then place 4 more for a total of 5 blocks. Then on the 5th block, make a solid row of blocks over this water source just like this, so you create a 1 block gap all the way to the other side, and then extend this all the way down as well. Extend this end up, and then finally on this end, place 6 more blocks covering this entire hole. Then you want to go back to this end of the farm and extend this 7 more blocks for a total of 8 blocks long. And then extend the second side as well. So you should have a 2x8 long platform just like this. Then after you have your platform here, you want to go ahead and extend up the walls all the way around this thing 2 blocks up. So we're going to put some blocks around the edge here and extend these 2 blocks up. And then you want to bring this line all the way down until it's in line with this fence gate right here. Do the same on the other side, and then make these 2 blocks tall as well. Then from here, you can put 4 blocks covering the edge of this, creating this 2 block gap hole just like this. Place 2 water sources here at the end of the tunnel so they flow and stop right before the drop here, and then place 2 more solid blocks right here to complete this little oval shape. Then starting at the end of where the water sources are, you want to go ahead and place 8 stairs all the way down just like this. It should end up right here where these water streams end. Then place 2 solid blocks, place 2 more on this side, and then reflect this same thing on the opposite side. So go ahead and place these stairs all the way down, and then you want to connect these up with solid blocks so you complete a full square like this. From here, we're now going to build the spawning platforms for the mobs to get them into our little chamber here, and then sort down here to go into the different chambers. So the first thing you're going to want to do is from this first stair here, go ahead and build out 7 blocks. Then go ahead and place 7 more in this direction. You should end up lining up with this last stair here, and then go ahead and connect this up as well. And then go ahead and fill in this square. Then you want to place 2 more rows of solid blocks on each side of this square here, one shorter than the other row, so it should create this little corner cutout, and then do the same on this side as well. Now we're going to build a 1 block high wall around this entire thing, so start here right in line with this water stream, and then just place these blocks all the way around over this hole, and then around the back of this square here. It should be the same just like this, all the way down till we get to this end. Extend this row all the way across, and then fill up this 2 block gap just like this. You can extend this as well if you want. This will be mirrored on this side eventually. Then at the back of your square here, go ahead and place your trapdoors and flip them up so they're on this orientation, and put these all the way down and make sure all of them are flipped up. Then go ahead and waterlog every single trapdoor. You should have water sources all the way across. Then back here in the middle, extend these 2 middle blocks right in line with these water sources up 1 block. And then you want to push 1 block back so you have this little gap, and extend this all the way down. And you want to extend this right till it's in line with the trapdoors here. Then you're going to go ahead and place your solid blocks all the way above the trapdoors, and then do the same on this side where you have this kind of 1 block indent just like this, and extend this all the way down. However, instead of extending this line across these 2 blocks, you want to go ahead and bring it in so it is like this, and it's in line with this wall right here. From here, you want to go ahead and place tripwire hooks along this indented side on both sides of your platform here, and then you want to connect string all the way across to each side of the tripwire hooks. It's kind of hard to see, but once you have all your string attached across, you'll notice the tripwire hooks are kind of toggled down rather than pointed up, and then you can see them press down whenever you walk across. Next, we're going to place the redstone. So then on the left side of the farm here, when looking at the trapdoors, you're going to go ahead and place a line of redstone dust on the blocks that the tripwire hooks are connected to all the way until the end. Then you're going to place a torch on the edge of this block, followed by redstone dust all the way down in line with the trapdoor. So stop when you get to the last trapdoor. Additionally, this block right here can be broken if you want, along with this one. From here, we're now going to place the ceiling above this place, which is going to be the floor for the next layer. So we're going to place our block here, and then we're going to place our stairs right in line with the row below it. So it's going to be 8 stairs across, and then it's going to be another solid block here. And then this platform is going to be all the way down, just like the platform below. And it's going to be the same pattern as the one below, with these 8 by 8 by 8 square here, with this front row being stairs, and then this one row here on the back that's shorter on both sides. Now we're just going to create the same trapdoor and tripwire hook pattern from the floor below 2 more times, and then we're going to create the same thing on this side. So after you build all 3 layers, you should have something that looks like this. Then when you go ahead and stand on the tripwire hooks, it should activate the trapdoors and push the water streams out, so it pushes you to the edge of the blocks here. From here, you can now extend these walls all the way up until they're at the same height as your farm here. So it should stop on this layer with the tripwire hooks, and then make sure to do the same on the other side as well. And it should stop at the same height. Now just go ahead and do the same thing and mirror it on this side as well. One thing to note here, guys, is this side is completely reversed from this side. So if you go ahead and look, while the redstone dust is on this side, on this edge of the farm here, the redstone dust is going to be on the opposite side. So it's built the same way. You can follow the instructions from the first layer there, and then just copy it on this side, and it'll end up perfectly the same. You can see when we land in here, the trapdoor still opens, still pushes out and everything, even though this is on the opposite side. And if you're having confusion with this, it just lines up with the floor opposite, of course. So these walls are all the same, that the tripwire hooks are all the same on this side as well. And you just copy the layer all the way up. Then once you've built up all 6 layers, now we're going to go ahead and put a roof on. Now there's no special things you need to do here. You just need to cover up all the air gap spaces. So this can be as, uniform as you want, or you can just cut off the corners and fill out the outside little perimeter like this. And there we go, we now have a roof, and at this point your farm is just about finished. One thing to note here is you can expand this area if you want. You can make more layers, you can make this longer if you add another little water stream down here. This is expandable, but 6 is about enough to get this farm working pretty well. Now the last thing we need to do is we need to build the AFK platform. So come back down here to your redstone clock, and then on the block where the torch is, skip 1 block, place 1 here, and now you want to place all your scaffolding on top of this block right here. So take your 121 scaffolding and just stack it up on this 1 solid block until you run out. Then once you climb all the way up to the top of your scaffolding, go ahead and create a little platform up here, a little 3x3 platform. Then go ahead and place a single slab on the top of this scaffolding here. This is going to be your AFK spot. On top of the scaffolding, don't sink into it. This will be your AFK spot up here. Make sure you place a torch so nothing spawns up here, and then you can either break the scaffolding or keep it if you like. And at this point, your farm is now finished. One thing to note, make sure you go around and place a couple torches over the farm here. You don't want anything spawning on here or in these weird crevices, right? Just throw some torches down or after the fact, just so you have no mobs spawning. You want some down here, some on this, and then some down here as well. Now, how does this farm work? Well, this is going to be your AFK spot. So by standing up here, all the spawns are going to be focused in the mob spawning area down here. So everything is going to spawn in here, and when it does, you can see that it spawns here in the tripwire hooks and it flushes out the water, and then everything pushes down here. Some of the spiders will get stuck on walls or up in here in the tripwires. That's fine because of how high we are. They'll just eventually despawn. The only thing is they kind of render the layers unusable for a little bit, but they don't stick around too long. Then after the mobs flow through here, because of how skeletons and zombies sink in water, they will fall into this first chute here. You can see them all kind of collecting here. The creepers will continue to swim, or they'll go to the next one. They're blocked off by this block here where they end up falling down here next to this lightning rod where they're going to get struck by lightning. The spiders are of no use, so they flow through here and then eventually fall into the chute where they just immediately despawn once they fall far enough. Then during a lightning storm, which we'll show here in a second, the lightning will strike this spot right here, converting these guys to charge creepers. Then it'll send a redstone signal through here, flipping this trapdoor up so the skeletons can now see the iron golem. They will attempt to shoot the iron golem where they'll instead hit the creeper. This will make the creeper angry at these skeletons over here and then blow them up. Of course, you do need it to be thunderstorming, and once it does, we can see the farm here in action. So you can see the lightning strikes the rod here and hits this redstone signal, flipping this trapdoor up. You can see the creeper was turned into a charge creeper where the skeleton saw the iron golem, shot at it, and then it blew up everything in here. Now, unfortunately, because charge creepers will only drop 1 skull, it has a chance to either be a skeleton, a zombie, or a creeper, which will then flow into this chest. Also, you are able to get music disc from this pretty rarely, so this is a kind of hybrid mob head and music disc farm. We can see it in action one more time as the lightning hits the lightning rod, creeper is charged to a charge creeper, the skeleton shoots it, and then the charge creeper blows up everything. And of course, if we go here and check in our chest, we now have 2 creeper skulls completely AFK. We didn't have to do a single thing. But that's gonna do it for this tutorial, guys. Very important, make sure you read the disclaimer in the comments and in the description. Please don't come yelling at me. But now you have a fully AFK mob head farm in your survival world. This is my own original design. Make sure to leave a comment, tell me what you think of the farm if you're gonna build it in your world. Leave a like if you enjoyed or you learned something new. Subscribe for more tutorials like this, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care, everyone.